Hello everybody, it's Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards and Hobbies and Ramblings and Goofing Around.
Yes.
And being too serious.
Yes.
Never joking.
That's me.
That's my beautiful wife, if you can hear her over there chitter chattering in the background.
Yeah.
She's looking awfully pretty.
Oh.
You look like bubblegum. The color you're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey people, so this video number 3 because did some went out to a different kind of local card shop. I don't know if I'd call it a card shop as much as kind of a general store of hobby kind of stuff. Some comic books, old video games, starting lineup figures, McDonald's toys, junk wax, just a bunch of garbage. But they also have some decent stuff too, and one of the things they got was a 2015 Gypsy Queen hobby box, which I didn't get when I got that 2015 Allen Ginter because I wanted the Allen Ginter. And but ever since then it's been eating at me. I wanted it because I believe that is the last year that they did Tobacco Minis and Gypsy Queen. And that's when I pretty much stopped buying Gypsy Queen, except for a little bit here and there. But at the card shop, I got that hobby box. I got 2 of these rack packs, 84 tops. And we opened the other one, and we got 12 Hall of Famers out of that rack pack. Multiple, like 4 of those cards were like 2 or 3 player cards, like the league leaders and stuff, but still. And Tony Gwynn, and Tom Seaver, so we got some good ones. And then I got this second one that's got Andre Dawson right there on the front as the All-Star. Got him as the All-Star one in the last one as well. That's why I bought these 2. So I opened one. I'm going to keep this one like this for the time being for my collection. It's a nice presenter. Neither of them are centered great, but still pretty cool. Then I got one pack. Oh, just side note, I got this eBay today, and we'll do that. I want to do some more Gypsy Queen stuff. We'll get to that later. Put this aside over yonder here somewhere. But then we got some wax packs in that first video. Oh, see, look, we got a Fred Lynn out of one of those 87s. We got 3 86 tops, which we opened one already. We got 3 87 tops, opened one of those already. 3 87 Donruss, opened one of those already. And the 88 Flair, which all we got out of that was Burt Blyleven. This is the product I've opened the most in my life, I would say, was 87 tops. Love that set. Donruss, just beautiful set. 87, probably the best looking of the 3. But all 3 Flair, Donruss, and tops were just beautiful that year. So I'm going to open those last. That's the problem with Donruss. It's hit or miss, and especially with that black cards that year. You know, not only do they have quality control issues, but if you got any chipping or anything, it really stands out. So we'll open these. We open the 87s, so let's do the 87s first, and then we'll do 87, 86, and then 87. And maybe my wife over yonder, perhaps she wants to open something. I don't know. Yeah, would you like to open an 87 pack like I used to do? This when I really got going.
Sure.
All right, so I'll let you pick. Why don't you pick? You should pick one of each of these packs. And
Can I open it?
yeah, this is where I mainly started collecting, like big time. I did pick up
Why is it greasy?
a couple of these here and there. It's the wax. Oh, the wax stain. She's actually, she got a big grease stain on the back of one of her cards, and that's the wax stain y'all know about.
Because the gum wasn't on that side.
Okay. What was I saying?
The wax stain.
Yeah. No. Who cares? She interrupted me, people, and I can't just...
Yeah, because he never interrupts me.
No.
I'm so sorry, honey.
I picked up a few of these when I was a kid, but I wasn't collecting a lot of them. And then I would pick up some other stuff when I was younger. But a lot of oddball stuff. But 87's really got going, so let's see what she gets. She's looking hopefully for the early hunk, which would be Bo Jackson, Barry Bonds. I got his name mixed up with his given name.
Honey.
Greg Maddux, Andre Dawson, of course, we like those. Any other Hall of Famers, but not a whole lot of other rookies except McGuire that... somebody's battery on the game's about to die. So my New Mexico Lobos are actually up here in NorCal playing against St. Mary's right now, but I forgot about it, and it's a long drive, especially on a weekday with traffic.
Oh, I think I'm going in circles.
What? Okay. Well, I'll stop saying what I'm saying again, people. What was I talking about?
Something with the traffic.
So I would have loved to go and seen the game up in St. Mary's. Never gone to a game here. The Lobos are playing, but didn't want to go on a Thursday because it's busy in the Bay Area, traffic-wise. Blah blah. All right, you want to open this one?
No, it's wasted on me because.
My stories are wasted on you, people, because I can't get it out.
So why don't you do your thing and I'll do mine?
I had stuff to talk about this Lobo game. Anyways, wanted to go, but now it's on Hulu Plus, ESPN Plus, whatever. And we're watching the game. The sound's coming in horrible. And they have the little guy at the end of the, it's tiny little stadium. Kind of a crappy little, like volleyball court. And so the guy who's on the camera right now at one of the ends under the basket, it says battery near end, like his battery's about to die. And I'm like looking at it on the TV like, wait a minute, what's wrong with our TV? It's not running on a battery. And then I was like, oh, it must be the camera guy. So I thought that was funny. Alright, they're losing 31-23 and just threw the ball away. I don't know where our best player is at right now, but they're still in it. Alright, what did she get here? She got Bob, this guy, Jerry Naran, Sid Fernandez, Rafael Ramirez, Bill Schroeder, Spring Fever Baseball, insert card, Bill Madlock, Lance Parrish. So, like with all Topps flagship, even today, you're going to get a lot of filler commons. Carl Willis, Mike Morgan, Wayne Krasinski, whatever. She has got not one player that I really noticed. Dan Petrie, Glenn Hoffman, vaguely know Teddy Higuera, and Greg Nettles, Hellinair, Walt Terrell, and Mike Peggy Colorado. Honey, that had to be probably the worst pack
Right?
I've ever seen. Even when I was getting cards, I don't think I got a pack that bad. Nothing against all you people in here, but when Hell in Air is your most recognizable name, or Greg Nettles, and that's it, yeah, that's pretty bad. So, that was the other thing. Sometimes you would get this, you know, like you would get a darker piece of wood that they used as a background as opposed to this. There was all kind of range of colors. You could see 3 different shades right there. So that was horrible. That was like the worst 87 Topps pack I've ever seen. You want to try again?
No.
I mean, and I've opened hundreds of these packs as I was growing up. She can't appreciate the wax stain. That's part of the fun of opening wax. What card's going to be ruined right off the bat? She can wipe it off with pantyhose, but is anywhere wear it with pantyhose anymore? Gum looks okay. Alright, trying to open this. Oh, what'd she do with her wrapper? Oh. So this one had set 5 and set 6. That's okay. Nothing much there. Eric Davis. So, yeah, not a whole lot for the 87 one. I guess the 88 would have been the one to get because it would have had Andre Dawson, I imagine. Alright, got the kid favorite checklist card right there, as we could see. It's just that's the other thing you really wanted to do when you were growing up, was to get a checklist card. Alright, so Spring Fever. A gum that looks pretty bad. Alright, let's see how I do. Dave Steve, well, I already beat her. Daryl Strawberry. So, it's a nice card, off-centered a little bit. Mariners leaders with those horrible old Mariners hats. Don Slott, remember Don? Brian Oaklers, wow. Rick Burleson, just gets better people. Tony Pena, Jamie Quirk, Henry Cotto, Juan Beniquez, Spike Owen, Andres Galarraga. I think that's his rookie card, so that might be pretty good. Yeah, I believe that would be his rookie card. Alexis Andres Galarraga in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
From UncoveringPod.com. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2006.
That's if she understood what my question was, so we don't know for sure. Bobby Meekum, Tim Stoddard, Dave Schmidt, another one of those Yankees leaders, off-centered with Henderson and Donnie Baseball, and checklist like number 2 or 3 or something with the wax stain on this. Beautiful wax stain. Gonna miss it. Doesn't smell like nothing but old cardboard. So that wasn't great either, but let's since we can't trust Alexa, not very good. You listening, Amazon? Is Andres Galarraga in the Baseball Hall of Fame? It's Andres Galarraga, not Colorado. Andres Galarraga. Andres Galarraga. I guess not. Alright. Andres Galarraga rookie card. So it looks like 86 there. So maybe he'll be in one of these other packs. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, nothing great. That was pretty bad. Alright, 86. What are we looking for? Dwight Gooden. Which I did pull when I was a kid. This pack is definitely worse for wear compared to the other ones. Gum has a little bit of a gum smell to it. Alright. Who's on this checklist for these ones? Kirk Gibson, Boggs, Carlton Fisk, Murray. Yeah, I think we already saw that one. Alright, folks. Let's get to it. We know that these are going to be difficult. They flipped every other card upside down. Spring Fever. Randy, not George W. Bush. Greg Walker. Alright, we're down by 15 points with 9 seconds in the first half. That's great. Keith Moreland, got to see him when I was a kid. Bob Denier. Sammy Khalifa. There's a pretty decent one. Dave Parker, off-centered. Brett Butler. Jim Gott. Jim Gott to go. Junior Ortiz. Pirates. Pirates cards look good on the 86 design. That yellow on the Pirates really pops. Guess it's their color scheme. That's maybe why it really stands out. White Sox, Mark Hill, Mike Krucko. I think he's one of the local, either the Giants or the A's. Commentators. I don't know if he's the one that got in trouble or not. Sid Bream. Rick Shue. Milt Thompson and Tom Pasiorek. So that was pretty bad. Dave Parker's decent, but I don't even think he's in the Hall of Fame. It's one of those borderline dudes. I may be wrong. Alexis, Dave Parker in the Hall of Fame. Oh, that's great. Alexa, was Dave Parker inducted in the National Baseball Hall of Fame?
Dave Parker has not been inducted into the National Football Hall of Fame. The results of the modern baseball era ballot, which determines Hall of
Did she
Fame
not say
elections,
football?
were announced on Sunday. Dave Parker received 7 votes, or 43%, which was not enough to secure his election.
Alright, there you have it, folks. You make sense of that if you can. Alright, let's see if this one's going to be another stinker. Maybe these were pack searched, because these ones have been pretty bad. Look at that. Look at how off-centering that is. That's not a good sign. Bob Forsch. Bob Boone. Well, names we know, but not for their playing. Bob Melvin. So I think a couple of managers and coaches there nowadays. Easterly. Gary Ward. Mike Boddicker, Brian Schneider, Jay Johnstone, John Shelby. Wow, this is bad, people. This is not good. Ken Howell. Got that Pete Rose through the years card. That's so far the best. Joel Skinner, Steve McCaddy, Ernie Camacho, and Vince Coleman. Not a great picture of Vince there. Oh boy. And the Pete Rose, that's the best card you get. That's pretty bad. Alright, Tops. That was a stinker. I guess we did too good on the rack pack. That those had to, I mean, literally almost every one of those cards could probably just go right in the trash can. That way you can make some of your other cards of those people worth more. Alright, 87 Donruss. Are you going to save the day? Now, the rack pack's been the real winner so far, but these wax packs have not been kind. Alright, here's your 87. Pretty simple pack. You used to be able to order those 5x7s. Beautiful cards though, so let's see what we get. The next puzzle piece is the Roberto Clemente face, or half his face. Alright, so Harold Reynolds, at least that's the name we know. A little off-centered, and maybe have a little chip here. At least it's in the gold. But thank you, Donruss, for putting all these cards in the same direction. Ken Dolly, Lonnie Smith. There we go. There's a Hall of Famer. Jim Rice. A little off-centered, but still. Dave Magdalene. There you go. This is probably one of their Jose Canseco. That's not a very good drawing of his face, though. So, if you got this in 87, you'd have been super stoked. Because Jose Canseco was one of the big chases then. Still a lot of people like him. He was the Rookie of the Year in 86. So, not a Hall of Famer, but a superstar. And Ron Robson, that's a tough name to say. Dan Quisenberry. Really off-centered Chico Walker. There's your Donruss issue for the most part. Chuck Finley. Off-centered. Storm Davis. Off-centered. I guess this is the best checklist that you can get because look at that, number 458 right there. Andre Dawson's on that checklist. Jeff Horan, Phil Garner, and Chris Corderoli. Corderoli at Trattoria? Trattoria?
Yeah, something like that.
So, when your second best card is a checklist, because it has your favorite player's name on it, that's not a good sign. Jose Canseco's probably the second best card, then Jim Rice. That's a pretty nice card, it's just not centered well, so decent pack, you know, for just retail, getting a pack and getting two decent cards, and one of them was probably a pretty good chase card at the time. So at the time, the Jose Canseco card would have made this pack, that pack, I mean, and the Jim Rice would have been just a bonus years down the road, unless you were a Jim Rice fan, or that my cousin from Boston's favorite team, the Red Sox, from Chimichanga, Missouri, or something. Massachusetts. Mass. Alright, there's your inside of your Donruss pack there, in case you're interested. Alright, next up, Roberto Clemente's fingers. So, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of that one, so might need that. Put together the puzzle. Todd Worrell, that's a name we know. Bruce Hurst, nope. Ted Power, I've heard of him. Bud Black. George Bell, who was a solid hitter, hit 47 home runs in 87. And he had some good home run numbers, some good power there. But then he fell off. He even played 1 year, at least 1 year, with Andre Dawson on the Cubs. So the National League MVP and the American League MVP from 1987. So George Bell was American League MVP this year, and Andre Dawson was the National League MVP this year. And then a couple years later, they were on the same team together. So I wonder how often that has happened, where the guy who was the MVP in each league 1 year played on the same team later. I won't, any of you baseball deep divers out there who would know that. That's interesting. That would be interesting to know. How many times has that happened? And they actually had Fred McGriff. Well, at some point they ended up Fred McGriff too. Rick Aguilera, Dave Martinez from the Cubbies. Chris Brown. Better run, Rihanna. Run. Isn't Chris Brown the one that beat her up? It's not this Chris Brown.
Rihanna.
Allegedly, no slander here. Mike Burback, rated rookie. Rated not. Juan Nieves. Kelly Downs. So some of these are coming out really nice. Like, look at that. That's a really well-centered, good shape Donruss card. It's just Kelly Downs is more common. Randy Bush. Dave Smith. Dennis Rasmussen. And Ted Simmons again. So, Hall of Famer. Guy who was on track, but just fell off. And so, yep. So those were pretty bad wax packs. Couple Hall of Famers. Ted Simmons. Not your biggest Hall of Famer. Jim Rice. Similar. But definitely more of a bigger name than Simmons. George Bell and Jose Canseco. So, yeah, not a lot there, folks. Not a lot. So that's a bit disappointing, but thank God they're cheap. All right. Yeah, I guess that's a good place to cut it off. I would recap with you, but there's really nothing much to recap. Except if we were to go back to the original rack pack, So, let's reach into the past. Let's see what we got here. So, yeah, nothing there. Yeah, it's pretty bad, folks. Pretty bad. Alright, yep. Alright, so we got the Andre Dawson, which you already know that we got the rack pack version, second one of him. I'll leave that unopened. Dawson All-Star. Pretty good looking Jim Palmer. 84. Hall of Fame manager Whitey Herzog, who actually went in the Hall of Fame the same year with Andre Dawson there. Wade Boggs. 83 highlights, the retiree guys. Johnny Bench, Gaylord Perry, and Yastrzemski, all Hall of Famers. Mike Schmidt and Tony Perez, Hall of Famers. Dave Kingman, maybe someday. Cecil Cooper, solid player with Rod Carew and George Brett. Those two are in the Hall of Fame. The great Tony Gwynn. Pretty early card of Tony. Like second year card. Then you had the Don Baylor and Rod Goodry, which there's also two superstars, but not in the Hall of Fame. But you never know. The old Don Mike someday. And Randy Johnson before he was pitching. Just kidding. Alright, but there you go. That's it. So all the junk wax. The only payoff was in the rack pack. And lucky for us, it's the 84, so the better of the 80s wax. Just earlier in the 80s, you get probably the better off you are as far as not having too many overprint runs. But yeah, even Dawson there, he's pretty off-center, down left to right and up and down. And look at the bottom, it's just thin. But that's going to be a good binder card. That Jim Palmer's looking really good. That's pretty good centering. So this corner might be a little, I don't know if soft's the right word, but not as sharp as you would like. But that's probably a good 8-9 card. But I don't know if 84 is to the point yet where you would want to get something like that graded, but you definitely want to protect that one. So top loader is probably good enough for that. This one's not even top loader necessary. It's just more binder fodder. And I don't mean that in the fact that I'm happy to have this card. It's just not well centered, so it's more a wallflower, I guess. Then the Tony Gwynn, obviously the next best one. It's just an early card. So, yeah, that could be a top loader. Looks a little off-center top to bottom, but not, not overly noticeable until you look at the back. Then you can really see it, So this would be the bottom on the front, but it's the right on the, whatever. Wade Boggs, that's a nice looking card. I don't know if it's valuable enough to get graded. That's a good looking card. Mike Schmidt's a good one. A lot of people like Mike Schmidt. That's a pretty nice looking card. Pretty sharp. So there you go. These would probably be good cards for like that. And they would be like a good Archive Signature Series card. I guess that would be kind of cool. Archive Signature Series did like 1 of 5 or 1 of 3 where they had all 3 of these dudes sign the card, or that'd have been cool. Like multi-signed cards. But hey, there you go, everybody. The rack pack was definitely worth it. The wax packs not so much. And alright, so there you go. So I'm gonna take a break for a while, watch the rest of this game, see what my beautiful wife's up to, and then later we'll do this eBay reveal along with maybe some of those Gypsy Queens. But I'm gonna take a break for right now. Still need the food to get into my system. We just ate. And alright, everybody. I had the Tony's chocolate, the one that comes, it was milk chocolate and hazelnut. I wasn't a big fan of it. It's not bad, it's like chopped up little pieces of hazelnut, and yeah, so it's not like the hazelnut flavor as much as just little nuts in it. So that one, meh. I'll pass on that, but it tasted okay. Alright, Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Gonna sign off on this would be video number 4. So maybe I'll make number 5 the first video tomorrow. Just have to wait long enough. All right, Rob out, and maybe my wife.
We'll say goodbye.
Maybe.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, at least she's saying goodbye to you and not me. All right. Ciao.